Yeah. Okay. So, welcome to the FALC General Meeting, May 8th, 2023. We are going to have introduction and then past and future shows. There are a lot of shows that I have to announce. Then there is a members achievement, then artist of the month and financial report. Not the sixth one, there is a demo. So that's my mistake, which I didn't do it, and the board. So for the shows, there are a lot of shows that are lined up. Call for entries and shows and upcoming shows are all lined up in the order. The D Young Open to 2023 has a call for entry. Check up for the details in the newsletter. Newsletter is updated on the website as well as it is sent. Sarabjit, you will get your newsletter. But if you ever don't get the newsletter, the newsletters on the website now onwards it will be updated. So we'll be fine on that. Call for entry for Triton Museum 2D art competition and exhibition. That is having a call for entry. If you haven't thought of participating, do participate. It's a very good show. It's a very good competition for the Bay Area artist. Then there is a California State Fine Arts competition. The entry details are again in the newsletter as well as go ahead. We are just setting up the projector. So give me 2 minutes. Yes. Yeah, I think so.
We pull it back, it'll get bigger. So, yeah.
Okay.
So the Cal Expo
Yes.
deadline is the 14th.
Is on the screen. If you see the projector, just showing you the projector, how it looks like. Okay. So that is on the website, the California State Fine Arts competition. Then there is a pens slice exhibition. It is the application deadline is I think so. The application deadline is May 22nd till 9 o'clock. Then Denise is teaching.
Oh, that actually already happened. It was yesterday from 10 to 4.
Denise has taught a workshop. And we'll have an update on that. Sanchez Art Center, they seek California artists. So that is a call for entry. Then there is another PJCC accepting entries. So check out all the details. There are lots of art shows happening. All the SVOS, our members are participating in SVOS shows. Those are lined up. So if you happen to not participating this year, but go and check out these people's work and get encouraged and participate in the next year? Again.
Yeah, again, that already happened.
Okay, so the vibrant realism with color pencils has happened already. So no worries. The another one is colograph. That is also, yeah, that is also done, I guess, last weeks. Okay, 15th annual open art competition, which is the UArt Open. If you haven't participated yet, do participate. It has emerging as well as the young artist participation. So that is a really good one to go for. Then SDWS, the San Diego one, is also a good one to participate. It's an international show. Then there is a woman in watercolor. If you are doing watercolor, do participate in that one. This is an international show. Then HAC has a 40 years of art in Bay Area, and that is a juried show. So all the deadlines are given and all the shows are given here. We have a YouTube channel. All these demos are usually we transfer it to YouTube channel. So if you want to, last few demos, we haven't done the YouTube. I mean, we haven't converted into YouTube yet, but we'll do so in short period of time. And there is a website page, gallery page. Whoever has not done the gallery page yet can submit their gallery page. FALC has Instagram. We do Insta Artist of the Month every month. So the winner of April month is Anandi. Anandi, if you're there. Okay, she is in transit. She might be in India right now. So Anandi, congratulations for the spring theme. There were a lot of beautiful entries, and keep putting entries. Next month topic is portraits. So please use hashtag FALC Portrait May 2023 for May month Instagram post. Members' achievement. Mine and Mrs. work is selected for Color Pencil Society 31st Annual International Exhibition. The convention is on July 26 to 29 in the Summit Hotel, Cincinnati, Ohio. And the exhibition is also in Ohio. So if you happen to be there for the show. Hadi's solo show.
Jackie has an additional distinction that this is her third acceptance in the show, so she has now officially earned her signature status.
Yay. Thank you.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Thank you. Solo show. Thank you. Solo show at Triton Museum. Hadi, would you like to announce?
Oh, yeah, of course, everybody already aware of my solo show. So hopefully you get to see it if you haven't yet. And the reception is May 20th. Most of you having your own shows, but if other times you can just stop by. I was surprised of what I see of my own work when I see it on the wall under the light. It's completely different.
Yes.
So, and it will be going on until July 2nd.
Okay.
So I'm going to be part of a 5-artist exhibition in downtown San Jose from June 2nd to August 20th. Chopstick Alley Arts Gallery.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another one coming up.
So can you send me the details, please? so that I can, or put it in the artist group so that everyone can
Oh,
see.
okay, okay.
Congratulations, Hati.
Well, thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
Hadi.
Yeah, I'll be lucky. I'll be back to see the show.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be coming. soon.
Congratulations, Hadi.
Thank you.
So
thank
are
you.
you there every weekend or Hadi?
I try to drop in a couple hours every weekend. This coming weekend, I am having I was to have participate in Berryessa Art and Wine Festival. With my back, that's questionable now if I can handle it or not. So
Oh,
we will see what
Yeah.
happens by Friday.
yeah, take care.
Okay.
Take care.
All right,
Wishing you
thanks.
speedy recovery.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. Rabbit design, Kalpana, Sarabjit, and mine, rabbit design were selected, and we are painting. Kalpana and I am painting. Sarabjit is waiting for her rabbit to come, and then she will post the designs. But we will post some of the pictures of our rabbit painting as soon as we are almost done. Do we have jury in artist? Yeah, I don't think so. Artist of the month, we have enough entries? Perfect. Yes, so I'll stop share here. Stop share. No. Oh. How come? No, that I'll mute.
Okay. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, of course. You. Okay. Okay. So thank you, everyone, for prompt submission. This time we were running short, but then on intimation we got really good amount of entries. Like, okay, video. Okay, let me start the video. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so we got 10 entries this time, and this is the
Very
first
good.
time in the first few months when we are going to have two categories, the butterfly and hummingbird, which we were not having. So excited to have so many good entries. So get started. The first entry is from Dennis Howard. If you want to.
Well, if I'm supposed to show the original, then we get the lights on here.
Yeah.
Actually, that looks pretty good behind.
We can't hear.
Others are able to hear.
We were not able to hear.
Oh,
We couldn't hear.
why is that? Are you able to hear now? It's not
Yes, we
muted.
can hear you, but we couldn't hear Denise.
Yeah, we didn't hear anything what she said.
Are you in person? I don't know. How is that possible?
All right, I will explain again.
Yes, we couldn't hear you.
Well, now they can't see the artwork.
Yeah, that's fine. I think you can just, they saw it, so I think you can just describe what you want to say.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I know you guys can.
Yes, yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, so this is called Spiral Aloe. It's 8 by 8 inches, and it's all done in 100% colored pencil from my own photograph of a plant that I used to have that I don't have anymore. I did it smaller than I usually do my artworks because I wanted to have it ready to exhibit in SVOS. And I really enjoyed rendering the play of the colors on this. There's all these various very subtle shades of greens and blues and yellows that all interact with each other as the light bounces around between the leaves. So that's it for that.
Thank you, Dennis.
Beautiful.
Okay, so the next entry we have is from Anu Daltona. Anu, if you can share. Okay, I'll share the screen just a second. Yeah, Anu, you want to have a few words about your painting? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is my painting. It's called Just Keep Swimming. And it's about kind of struggle in life. Like sometimes it's life gives you lemons. And last year I had a kind of tough year. One of my best friends, I lost for cancer. Then I lost my mom and my mother-in-law for cancer. But you just have to keep swimming, keep on swimming. Like, yeah, there's dark clouds, but you just have to. Sometimes you have to go against the stream.
Beautiful work, yeah, and a lovely metaphor.
Yeah,
Thank
beautiful.
you. Okay, the next entry is from Priya Patel. Priya, if you're there.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Do you want to show the picture?
Yeah, if you can just show it on camera, I will then share the screen.
Okay, which picture did I share?
Okay.
I'm not fully plugged into how to submit it for which one. So
Okay,
I
let
think
me just share it then.
yeah, then I will show it once I know.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can share it.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you can see my screen.
No, I think your face is only showing up.
Okay, let me turn it around. It's
Okay.
okay, I'm going to do it this way. I don't know if you can see it now.
No.
Okay, all right. I'll just speak to it, okay? So I did this as a portrait of flower sellers, and I am getting ready to attend a wedding. So everything, our preparations all towards this very grand, as I call it, a big fat Indian wedding. And we have dances and everything is color coordinated for the wedding. So I did a picture recently with this flower sellers because they were trying to get these paintings done with these flowers that they use in South Indian weddings. So the girl is Tamilian and the boy is North Indian. So I did this basically from that image in my head about flower sellers in India. So they are sitting next to each other and they are braiding the flowers as you see. So that is what I put together.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Priya. The next artist we have is Kalpana. So you have to come here. Okay. Yeah, you can show. If you want to. Okay, let me share it.
Good evening, everyone. So this is like my old painting, Krishna. And I think I made this painting when my daughter was in middle school or maybe 4th or 5th grade, upper elementary. And it was like my time with her, the puzzle playing. So I got the idea of making a puzzle painting out of that time, during that time frame. And then I painted this. And the other thing I believe in, happiness comes in a chunk, small chunks. It comes in the pieces. It doesn't come in the big package. So I feel that each piece of puzzle is a happiness that comes in our lives with this like a one piece. And if you keep on gathering that happiness, one day it will become a big happiness. So this is what I can share. And it is a 21 by 21 size each, and it's acrylic on canvas. That's it. Thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful, Kalpana. Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
Thank you, Kalpana. Okay, so the next artist is Geeta Taneja. Geeta, if you can show it.
Yeah. So this is my painting. Hi, everyone. So I have done this painting while I was in quarantine in Singapore. And because due to quarantine, I couldn't meet my daughter staying in Singapore for 10 days. And I could do almost about 10 paintings based on Singapore since I was living there. And I just enjoyed playing with the watercolor and making a lot of paintings on Singapore. So this is 12 by 18. And it shows the landscape of Singapore. Thank you.
Thank you, Geeta. Very beautiful work.
Beautiful.
Nice
Thank
play
you.
of colors. Yeah. Okay, let me stop share. And okay, so that concludes the first group. And now going to the next group, which is the hummingbird category. The first artist in this group is Hadi.
Hadi, everybody is scared of you.
Okay.
You're too good.
I think I submitted this one, right? I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah, so you can show the image now. Okay. All right. This is the life of my family when I was a kid. My dad, and then my brother, and now my nephew. So the profession is passing hand to hand to the next generation, but at the same time is shrinking because It neither brings money in nor profitable. So, and when I went home, I visit their shop. Not only the shop is smaller than my dad, but they don't do half of the things my dad used to do. So I'm hoping that the next generation after him, they won't be doing any of this at all. They will be involved with whatever is current as a profession. So this is my nephew's hand. And they repair tools at this point. Yeah, they just repair tools for different professions. Before, my dad used to make them and also repair and sell. They don't make it anymore because it's not profitable. And that's the story.
Beautiful story. So I have a question, like, is there something written on that left corner bottom?
It looks like it, but
Okay.
it's because most of the he's working on the stuff that the butchers use, right?
Okay.
It's a double hook.
I see.
The double hook when they hang the beef or something on it.
Okay.
So it's one hook that go up and then two hooks in the bottom, they hang the meat on it. It's kind of like that. It looks like a writing, but it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what even I was thinking. Yeah.
Thank you, Hadi. Beautiful work. I mean, if you see, it looks like a photo. It's very difficult to distinguish.
Yeah, beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Very detailed.
Okay, so the next artist is Natasha Sai. Natasha, if you are there, if you can show the painting. Natasha is not there. Okay. Okay, so we will skip Natasha because she's not there in the meeting for now. So next we have Rushali. Rushali, if you want to share. Okay, I think this is Natasha. Just 1 second. This is the one, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Hi, everybody. So this is my acrylic painting on paper, 9x12. So this painting was done as a gift to my husband for Valentine's this year. And it's because, but it's because the main reason is purple is both our favorite colors. And the other reason is this crazy super bloom going on in California right now. Super bloom. So this one is inspired by that, the green color that you can see on all the mountains around here in Bay Area. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Lovely.
Thank you, really beautiful work. Okay. The next artist is Bhavna Seth. She's there, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I am here. I will try to show. Hope it doesn't shine.
Yeah.
It's shining, right?
No, I think it's good. It's not too much of shine. We can see it. I'll share the image as well.
As you can tell, I have varnished it, so it's all set for the show. So this particular painting is 24x30. It's quite large. And these birds are called gold-crested cranes. And these are now my favorite ones. I made a small one and then I loved it. And the great quality, this is a national bird of Uganda. In addition, these birds stay with each other for life. So I have titled this one as The Perfect Pair. And with my, the normal soft backgrounds. And I just wanted to create an atmosphere where, anybody who sees this can get that they are so much in love. So it is done in oil.
Beautiful work.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. Thank you, Bhavna. Okay.
we need a demo.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so the last participant of today is Maithili. Maithili Srinivas, if you are there. Okay, yeah.
Hi, good evening, everyone. This is Maithili. This is my artwork done with color pencils. Size is 18 by 24. This is my own composition. From bottom to top, freehand work. I didn't use any tracing paper, just freehand. You can see many shades in oranges and leaves. I used color scheme. I hope you like this art. Thank you.
Thank you, Maithili. Beautiful work, very vibrant colors. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. And with that, we conclude all the artists for today. Artist of the month. I will share the link. Please vote. And remember, there are 2 categories, and there is going to be a tough competition for sure. So yeah, all the best to all the participants. Thank you.
Thank you,
You
Okay. Now where were we? That was it. Okay. So the financial report, FALC has current balance of 20,338.15 in the bank and 1,536.95 in the paper. We get good rent for the panels, and please spread the word that we always rent the panels. This October, this May, we are already booked for all the panels. But from June onwards, again, the panels are open for renting. So just spread the word. Now to introduce Todd. He is our former member, FALC member, and we are so proud to introduce him to be a demo artist today. Todd is mostly self-taught artist residing in Highland, California, southeast of Los Angeles. His portfolio consists of over 400 works in a wide variety of media and styles. Typical subjects includes portraits, abstract, science fiction, and historical events in oil paint on canvas. A common approach in Todd's art is to recreate old black and white photos as paintings. The intent is to bring attention to the original photos and to the interesting stories of the subject. The subject of this demo will be the techniques to achieve accuracy and also some ideas in creatively merging 2 related images. Todd's work has appeared in a show at the Salmagundi Club in Greenwich, New York, auctioned in Belgium to support a Van Gogh sculpture, contracted for jigsaw puzzles, and is on permanent display at the Vicksburg Civil War Museum. His paintings have also been used as the his paintings have been also used as a cover book of by the Catholic Health Association, and on the cover of the James Caird Society journal. Todd has exhibited art in gallery shows, including Los Angeles, Houston, San Francisco, New York, and Netherlands. His website is given. So if you have any questions after the demo, do approach him, and I'll stop sharing here. And over to you, Todd. You are on mute.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great. So first of all, thanks for allowing me to do this demo. I have to say that I do miss the club. I was part of the club about, 6 or 7 years ago, and I think I was in total maybe about 5 years. So it's great to see faces, recognizable faces, and some other people that like Hadi, we've kind of connected on Facebook, but we've never really talked. But yeah, congratulations on your show at the Triton.
Thank you.
I knew you were painting those kind of paintings, but I had no idea that that you had so many of them. And then when I see the pictures like on Facebook, it's really impressive. So really congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah, and I want to say, how great the Fine Arts Club is, FALC. I've not found a club like that since I've left the Santa Clara area about 6 years ago. I lived in Seattle for a while, and I lived in Long Beach, and now I live near Redlands, about 70 miles inland from the ocean, south of Los Angeles, and each place hasn't really had a club like this. So it's a really great club, and I'm really honored to be able to give you my thoughts on my works. And I don't necessarily claim that these are the best way to do it, but I love to share my technique for what I've learned over the years and why I do it. So a little bit about me, I think I got into art because something about art when I was little. I go into a museum and I just, I saw the colors and the shapes, and I just left so inspired. So it's always been part of me. And I knew from, when I was young that I really wanted to do art, be creative. I've kind of focused on abstract art. Mostly that's kind of where that's the kind of art that I like to do. And I used to buy books and look at the famous abstract art and try to understand why they were famous, because some of them look very strange. And then I learned, I think I learned about abstract art, and now I'm sort of the opinion that, at least for abstract, it's all about creativity. Like if you can create something that nobody else, or if you can show an image or show a design that others have not done, or people would look at and say that I've never seen anybody do that before, then I think it can get recognized. But this demo really is like Janki said, is about painting old photographs and how I do that. And please feel free to ask questions or interrupt and mention anything that you like here. So why do I paint old photos? Again, I think, there's so many interesting stories, heroes from the past that people don't know about today. And so when you kind of discover somebody that's done something interesting and people don't know about it, that's kind of why I wanted to paint them. But it's also because sometimes when I'm looking for material, you'll find some amazing photographs that I have not seen before. Like if you're looking for contrast and interesting just something interesting. Old photographs can be really compelling, and we sort of focus on the now, but there's so many stories from the past. And so part of what I'm trying to do is just let people, I try to bring back the old photograph and help tell the story to help educate people on what happened in the past. Also though, part of it was because when you paint recent, I wanted to paint a biplane or an old aircraft, and there was a certain photograph that I really wanted to paint, and I had to do it right. You have to sort of find who owns the copyright and get their permission. But the old photographs, there's no more copyright, so that was another reason why I said, oh, I'll just try to find something older. And then also, like when I find an old photograph, it becomes like, and I'm talking like photographs from the 1860s or 1870s, photographs that are real blurry and black and white, and the colors are not the same colors that you would think in a modern black and white photograph. The old cameras actually changed the colors. So like a yellow color in an old camera came out as it wasn't even light, it was like dark or something like that. So to me, it was like a real challenge to paint an old photograph. It became more challenging to try and figure out what the image actually looked like. And I think you can also find really interesting clues in old photographs. Let me share. There's one
Todd,
image.
how old is old that you can use?
Well, yeah, the copyright laws are kind of strange. Generally, I think like if a photographer takes the photo, he has the copyright for his life. But then there's some other clause that says something about he could transfer it to family members, and then it would last for their life plus 70 years or something like that. But a lot of old photos, again, I don't know which date, the exact date of the copyright cutoff is, but if they're out on the internet and they're out in like Wikipedia has open source license or whatever. So anyway, like I may have violated some copyright laws, but my intent again is to show, to help show how great the original photo was and help tell the story. And so that's why, like when I find a recent photograph, I try not to change anything from the photograph. It becomes really like obsessive. I want every single detail to be like the photograph because I don't feel like I should have creative license over the photograph. Let me share what I'm talking about here.
I think Adi, it's 75 years old, probably.
75?
Yes.
So this is let me make it bigger here. You guys can see this?
Yes.
So I thought this photo was just amazing because you rarely see photographs of enslaved African-American people from the Civil War days. And what's so stunning about this photograph is that they say it contains 5 generations. I don't know exactly who's, father, mother, father, or whatever. I don't know exactly where the generations are, but there's so much interesting things about this photograph. Apparently, they were told to pose for the photograph. It was in South Carolina. The Northern Union forces came and took over this area and photographed these enslaved people. And you can tell what's shocking to me is that this old man here, he's actually barefoot, and you don't necessarily recognize that at first. And then there's a young person behind the woman with the baby on the left. You can see the arm holding the tool, the pole. and then you can see other children on the left. So I think a lot of people, when they see these photographs, they don't really look at them very long. But when you paint it, you look at every single detail, right? And you can see that they're not smiling, and you know, they've had such a hard life, and the old man's pants are just completely worn out. So my technique when I start painting something like this, I learned early on that I am not a good drawer. I can't draw very well. And I didn't want to mess with that. At first, I would do like the grids to transfer the photograph to the canvas. But that takes a long time. So eventually I just got a projector, and I project it onto the canvas, and then I try to draw as much detail as I can exactly from the photo. That way the photo is a lot more realistic than if I just tried to freehand it. So to me, like, getting a really good initial starting drawing is super important. And then what I'll do, and actually, let me show you guys. This is how big the painting is right now. And I would say this is only maybe,
You have to stop sharing the screen
Oh.
for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you look at my screen, I think it's, I don't know the exact dimensions, but it's a fairly large painting. And I'd say it's maybe 75% done, because I get really obsessive about trying to get the details correct. And let me show you again the technique. So once I draw the image on canvas, then I'll do the traditional technique of toning the canvas with a wash of some neutral color, right? Sort of to get rid of the white. And it helps you kind of understand the values and the colors that you put down if the canvas is toned. And then then I'll just do it in sessions. I'll do the painting in sessions where I kind of approach it. I know what I want to accomplish in that session, and I'll just work until I get tired, right? But I'll take a picture of the painting at the end of the session, and then I'll use PowerPoint. Here, let me show you. I'll use PowerPoint like this to, I put the most recent painting as right next to the photograph at the top. So number 3 is the photograph, and number 4 is my most recent painting. And I'll just keep adding the most recent painting next to the photograph. So if I start at the bottom, this was kind of an early version. And then I just keep adding it. And so, psychologically, what this does for me is that I can see progress. And because, like trying to do a realistic painting can be really tiring, right? You can lose your interest in it by getting bored, and you think, oh, I haven't made any progress. But this helps me see progress every time. And I just keep adding on to I keep adding the latest image, and I try to line them up to where it's real easy to flip back and forth and see the progress. And so you can see the photograph here, and this is my latest version. And so what I'll do, like I said, I'll paint until I get tired of it, and then I'll take a photograph, and then I'll put it back into PowerPoint. And then I think it's really important for me to look at, to just observe. I just observe. I look at the painting versus the photograph, and I'll just keep flipping back and forth. I'll just keep flipping back and forth, and I'll notice things that are not correct or not like the photograph. and then I'll take some notes on the image. Let me see if I have one where I've.
What kind of projector are you using?
Just I mean, maybe it's like a $400 projector from Epson.
Okay.
Like this, and I borrowed it from work because I work at Epson, so it's a little bit easier for me than to just buy it. But
yeah.
But I think
did you say you work for Epson?
I do, yeah.
Oh, can you get us discounts?
Probably, if I do have a family and friends, I do, yeah. We can
Now everyone is excited.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. Let
But
me
there
know.
are, have you tried the apps? There are apps also by which you can trace. Have you ever tried any of those?
Yeah, no, I haven't. I think the tracing apps are like if you're, I don't know how they work actually. It's like something from real life. And
Yeah,
then-
yeah.
Yeah, well, by the way, so when you use a projector, right, I've made these mistakes a few times. If the canvas is a little off, or if the canvas isn't completely perpendicular to the lens, you'll just get lens distortion, right? So it might be like correct in the middle, but the farther you go out, it'll be distorted.
Yeah.
So there is danger to using the projector, right? But let me show you like a more recent painting here. I thought this image was just amazing. It's 1966 from the Vietnam War, and these civilians, these people were hiding in the stream. The photographer, his name is Horst Fass. You can see him here in the middle at the bottom and then up at the top. So here's an example where I don't have the copyright or the permission to do this. But you know, I'm hoping that they won't make a big deal out of it. Actually, I don't know. Maybe this one might be open commons, like he's given permission for people to use it. Because I actually am, I try to follow the rules as much as I can. But I take the image and I crop it to the scene that I want. And so I cropped it sort of here, and cropping it also helps you get it to the right size of the canvas. You have to be careful, you know, where you crop. And this is the current image, the current painting I have, and it's not perfect, but again, I'm trying every little weed in the background. I'm trying to get it right, even though it doesn't really matter. Like nobody will notice if the foliage in the background is not exactly like the photograph. But I feel like if I'm going to paint somebody else's photograph, for me, it's important to try and be honest to the photograph and not take creative license with it. Now here I did take creative license because I wanted to embellish upon the importance of the photo. This was a guy named the boy was Harold Whittles. Harold
Todd?
Whittles. Yes.
Todd, sorry to interrupt. There is one question.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, so how do you decide which colors to use, given that the photographs are all black and white?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, and I have this in my notes. One thing that I wanted to say about color, one thing that I've learned actually is, to me, it's now more contrast and value is more important than color, because everything is related, right? Dark to light, dark to light. And what I notice when I compare the photo to the painting, it's real easy to see like, oh, this area is too dark, lighten it up. Or this area is too light, get it a little bit darker. And I just kind of like, I don't even think about colors too much sometimes. I just sort of like, okay, I kind of know what color it is and I'll make it darker. So I think if I get the contrast and the tones or the contrast, the values correct, then the colors, like if your colors are a little bit off, it's kind of seen as artistic. And maybe it's, yeah, colors are important, but I guess I just want to stress that the values are super important.
Now, can you go back to the previous slide?
This one?
Yes, please. And you can start from here now.
Yeah, so this I'm pretty sure is an open source photo. It's on Wikipedia. They've said it's okay to use. This story, this young boy was deaf, and this is when he heard sound for the first time, and it was published in the 1974 Reader's Digest. And so I thought this is such an amazing photograph, and I wanted to show, like, you know, ideas, like his world is opened up. So like all these like magic is happening around his ears and around his head. And it's not perfect. I can now see like his face is probably more narrow than the photograph, and sort of it kind of bothers me. So I'm not sure if I used the projector on this one. This happened a long time ago, but so that's kind of my technique. I wanted to just, you know, talk about the projector, and repeating the process. I look again, like I'll look at the photograph, and then I'll look at the painting in PowerPoint, back and forth, and then I'll just take notes on the PowerPoint. Like, this isn't the right shape, or make this darker. And it's usually, again, it's not so much about color, it's more about values. And I might actually see color a little bit differently than others, because I have a little bit of red-green color blindness. So that's kind of my technique on that. This one I wanted to show you. This was an earlier version where I didn't use a projector, but I painted this portrait of a friend of mine who lives up in Cupertino area. Casey Wickstrom, he's a musician that you may have seen out performing somewhere. But the point about this portrait was that I only used the primary colors: yellow, red, blue, black. Well, I used black and white to make them, to change the color a little bit. But really, there's just primary red, yellow, and blue. So for me, it was a exercise in mixing color. Sometimes I don't try to get exact realism. This is kind of a rough image of Chief Red Shirt, a historical photograph. But I got to a point where I thought, yeah, this is kind of good just to leave it really loose. And I try to do loose paintings. I think that's really good. Like, if you can do the loose, spontaneous look in paintings, I think that really goes a long way. Versus, you know, you could drive yourself crazy with realism, right? So I'm just doing a time check here. So let me.
This is done in soft pastel or oil pastel?
Oh yeah, these are all oil paintings mostly.
Oil paintings.
Yeah. Let me show you another thing that I wanted to talk about here. So if you look at my, can you see this here? So I wanted to show you this also, like going back to the abstract discussion. I kind of learned that, you know, so abstracts are interesting.
You will have to stop sharing.
Oh, stop share. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like I said, I love abstracts, but so many people don't get abstracts. So I was like thinking about, you know, how to make abstract more, or how to get people more interested in the painting. So my intent on this abstract was sort of like, I call it aphantasia, which is, it's a condition where people can't really see images in their brain. They can't close their eyes and see things. So it's kind of like every shape of a circle is broken up. Like there's nothing really clear here. There's no clear shape. But a lot of people just don't get this kind of art. And so I was thinking like, what they really do like is faces and of course nature. But if you can do figures and faces, people will love that kind of art typically, or they're more interested in it. So I kind of like merged talking about sort of combining different techniques. I did the abstract first on this, and I liked it if I stared at it, but I like abstract, but I know a lot of people were like, that's interesting. And so I said, okay, I'm just going to try and work a face into it, a statue, a Roman statue. So I really love this idea of combining techniques, combining images somehow. And yeah, I'll show you one that I started yesterday. This is along the same lines of combining techniques. So this is actually a portrait that you probably can't see the pencil outline, but I wanted to do a portrait, but with kind of an overlay of shapes. And so I thought this is going to be a real challenge, but if I could do it, it'll be really interesting. And the way that I came up with idea for how to do the values from light to dark, I said, okay, I want to only use these shapes in the whole painting. A yellow with a black dot all the way to a black square with a yellow dot. And you can sort of see how it goes from light to dark. And so I'm going to try to do the portrait with these shapes as the value.
Wow.
So I keep challenging myself to like do things that are harder, and it kind of does sometimes drive me crazy to do it that way, but it keeps my interest.
This is Priya here. I had a question, Todd. The one that you showed before, that statue, right? The one that looked like David.
Yeah.
What is it that is the statue? That's like a portrait. And what else did you add to it what element did you add to it that made it different?
Yeah, so sorry, it wasn't clear. I just sort of started with just circles and abstract and trying. What I really like about these kind of abstracts is the thickness of the paint, and when the paint starts, like you don't want to completely mix the paint. You want to kind of mix them on the canvas. So seeing the paint merge from one color into the other and the texture and stuff. So to me, I really liked the original abstract painting, but I thought it was kind of boring. The feedback I was getting was that it was kind of, yeah, it's okay.
Is it oil paint?
Yeah, this is oil. And there's some, I guess there's some oil pastel also, because I'll just do that. But I started with the abstract and then I tried to work in the face.
Okay.
So
do you have pictures of that abstract that you did? Like you have it on computer files just to see, so we get a feel for what it is? If you have it, you can share later. Don't want to take it in that direction now.
Yeah. I can share it. I was just also going to mention, like, so I've gone down the path of like trying to do realistic portraits now and then. And, about 4 years ago, I would have never even wanted to do a portrait because I know that they're so hard, and I just, you know, I didn't really want to get into realism, but for me, just doing abstract and then doing a landscape and then do realism, I need to keep my interest up, right? So this is the poet Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, and I did that same technique, and this probably was over 20 sessions of really trying to focus in on the light and the dark and the values, and using PowerPoint back and forth. I'm not sure that actually giving you guys a demo and painting is of any value. I certainly could. But in terms of the technique also, I think you guys are probably very, very well aware of the other thing I wanted to mention, how to paint oil paints from general to very specific, right? I noticed that some artists, they'll paint a small area and they'll get it as realistic as they can, or they'll try to finish that small area, and then they'll slowly move into other areas. That's not me at all. What I do, and I've seen on YouTube videos, is that really do the rough shapes, the rough contrasts with big brushes initially. And I think the really good painters do that. They just mark out the big shape areas, and they know that everything's a layer, right? So you can continue to work it. You can add on another layer to refine the shape. So for me, I try to practice that. And my paintings, I kind of like, I don't have a lot of focus sometimes, so I'll work in this area, and then I'll work in this area, and I'll work, I'll just keep like, there's no rhyme or reason, but it just kind of slowly, it slowly goes from the big shapes to more specific, sort of it kind of like goes from out of focus to focus, the way I work.
Do you have any work which is work in progress to see the style of your work?
Yeah, well, no, this painting here, of course, this painting, I would say again, is about 75% finished. But you get to really like, diminishing returns, right? Like it becomes more and more frustrating. Like doing an hour on that painting right now, I'll get very little returns. I'll get very little changes because you gotta be so specific. You gotta like really observe and try to figure out what needs to be changed. So I think you get sort of at the point where like you get so tired of it and you just like put it away. But sometimes like when you put it away, that's really good. Like you focused on it too much in the near term. And your mind doesn't want to see it anymore, and you can't really see some of the things you should change. So sometimes it is actually best to just put it away for 4 months and don't even look at it. And then when you pull it out again, suddenly you'll see something, oh, I don't really like that area. That I should change that area, right? And I brought another painting to show you the technique where I was painting old photographs again. This is a fairly large one. I really love this old photograph of these 2 young women moving ice in, I think it was New York City in probably the early 1900s. And I'm still very much not satisfied with this painting because mainly her face, I don't like it. It doesn't look as good as I think it should. And then, but I probably have like 100 paintings in my house, and I'll just like on a weekend, I'll just like kind of go look through my collection, and like I'll just kind of look and try to find one that I want to work on, and I'll just keep adding to it, right? So in a sense, like I've got maybe 80 paintings that are not finished.
Oh.
So unless, you know,
I
like,
think you are a perfectionist. They're so beautiful, but probably you're, self-criticizing, or you're a perfectionist.
Todd, do you do commissioned art also? Portraits?
yeah, sometimes, not so much portraits. I've done some commissions of families on a beach, or a friend of mine asked me to paint his children in Venice. They were walking through some streets in Venice, and that was like super hard because I was trying to get all the architecture right. But again, I think what I really like is abstract, because to me it's abstract, like
Gives you the
there's no
freedom.
rules necessarily. You can't really necessarily mess it up. You can only be satisfied with it or not satisfied with it.
Yes.
But
You're right
Todd,
about
with
that.
abstracts also, there's a method to the madness, right? Some of
Yeah.
the abstract pieces just stick with you. And when we try, sometimes it gets too busy. It doesn't come together. That cohesiveness is not there. How do you, if
Yeah.
you were to teach somebody how to do abstract, how would you do it, right? It has to come very intuitively, I think.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's different approaches to abstract also, right? There's the loose, spontaneous look, where you want to just make it look like you're just throwing paint down on the canvas, and it looked really interesting. And I would tell people, if they want to do that, like, you got to kind of learn when to stop. I have this thing where I overdo my paintings so much sometimes, and let me show you an example of that. A completely different kind of abstract. And I think this style is actually my signature style, the one that I've not seen anyone else do.
If you can show us the progression, that would be great to understand.
Yeah, well, I don't have the progression on these abstracts because it doesn't really matter so much. Let me share my screen again. So part of my mentality, and my family jokes around with me about this all the time, is that I'm obsessed with detail and dots. And when I get into these like OCD moods, I will just stare at a painting, and I'll just pick a color, and I'll just put it like this little area could use a dot right in the middle, and so I'll just put it in there, and then I'll just keep doing that. It's kind of like doing a jigsaw puzzle or something like that. You just keep filling it up. And here, like in this kind of abstract, I was trying to like just overlay different, lines and dots and circles and scratches, and just completely fill up the canvas. And so let me.
How big is this one?
This is like 36 by 20 maybe, I guess. And this is the one that I just got selected to go to a gallery museum in New York City for a show this summer. And I'm so glad they picked this painting, because to me, again, this is my style that, I know it's like really bright, and I know it's like an eyesore for some people. Like it's just too much. I can't look at that. And
It is very colorful though.
It shows my OCD tendencies to just keep filling things in.
It's like a rainbow effect. Yeah.
And I've done.
Todd, while you're looking for it, did you see some in that picture you showed? I see a couple of trees and some meadows. Are you seeing something like that, or you're just going abstract without looking for shapes?
Oh yeah, right. So this painting is to me, I call it Le Trou de Pêche, which means the fishing hole. This is definitely a stream with trees.
Yes, yeah, I
So
saw.
that was intentional.
Yeah.
But
So
again,
when you started out, do you start with one color or how do you go about it?
you know, sometimes I'll just like, starting can be like super hard, right? Because you
Yeah.
like, where should I start? Do I need to draw the design? You know, and you just got to break that and just like, okay, I'm just gonna go get a big paintbrush and grab some paint and like hit the canvas and just like start putting stuff on the canvas. And I've learned it doesn't really matter what it looks like at that point. It doesn't matter because it's all layers. You can cover over anything you don't like.
Right.
But if you just start putting colors down and like, you know, you could use a palette knife or whatever on the abstract, and then, you know, you start seeing things that are interesting and like, oh, okay, I don't want to paint over that because I really like that. That's interesting, and I'm going to build upon that, right? I wanted to show you this.
You know, I see a bicyclist there.
Oh,
Yes. Yes,
You're right.
yeah. You know, that's wonderful.
By the riverside.
Yes, there's like a pathway on the other side of the river.
Right. Let me see. How do I'm going to stop sharing for just a second and then. Okay. This painting here, I'm going to share. This is the extreme of my tendencies to just keep going. OCD.
Oh, wow.
This is beautiful.
This is like
Beautiful.
24 by
This is why I wanted him to come.
What's the size? What's the size?
I think it's like 20 by 20.
Yeah.
And my whole focus was I want to fill this canvas up as densely as I can with the smallest dots that I can in the highest contrast ratio that I can. So like by contrast ratio, I mean like dark dots on light dots and light dots on dark dots. And I look at it now, I'm like, there's still areas I should add dots. That's what my mind is saying. But then I like add some scratches in there. I wanted to make it interesting, so I put like more of the blues.
So all this is oil painting?
Yeah, this is oil.
Okay.
And wow, when you see this in person, somebody told me this painting vibrates.
It does.
Going
It
on,
does.
it vibrates. So yeah, this kind of, I don't know if this is my sickness or my strength. But yeah, so again, wow, I do just a lot of different kinds of art.
So it is very interesting that you are on both ends of the spectrum. You're doing portraits and photographs, and the other extreme is this abstract work.
Even sort of geometric. I try to dabble
Wow.
in it. So this was one where I started with a skull, and the skull sat in the painting by itself for like 2 years, and I'm like, well, what am I going to add to it now? And then I just started painting an abstract on top of it. And
so what does it signify to you?
oh, nothing really.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I call it, the name of it is Haunted Apartments, right? So it's kind of an apartment complex with a skull in it. But yeah, my heart is in abstracts.
Oh, wonderful.
Over time, they've been like super colorful. I've been told, you know, you should tone down your abstracts a little bit. They're just too loud, and I get it, you know. But I like dabbling, playing around. Oh, there's one technique I wanted to tell you about as far as abstracts, and I don't think anybody has ever done this before, and I've been playing with it. Those little, let me show you.
This one looks like a lot of flags flying around.
Yeah, this one's called the warehouse fire. So that's kind of like a fire in a warehouse. But okay, let me stop sharing here. And I just wanted to. Let's see, how do I stop sharing? Share. Oh, pause share. Okay. Stop share. Okay. You guys know these things here?
Magic water beads.
No. Yeah, like they call jujubes or jujubes, or they're a toy for children, but you really actually, I don't think in some places like Australia, they don't sell these anymore, because if your pets eat these or your young children eat these, what they do is they absorb water and they expand.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. I've
So you
seen
gotta
them.
be a little bit careful with these, but I thought my idea was like, you know, acrylic paint is very wet, right? And it absorbs water. I mean, it has water, and it when it dries, the water evaporates. So I took acrylic paint and put a little bit of extra water in it, and then I made a layer, and I just put these things on top of it, and these little balls absorb the water from the acrylic paint, and they expand with the acrylic paint on there, and then when they dry out, when they completely when all the water dries out, evaporates, the balls get back down to their original size. So what it does, it creates these bubbles on your painting, and they kind of crack. And they
Wow.
make some really interesting
Wow.
texture effects.
So Todd, when they absorb the water, the colored water, do they take the color in?
Well, yeah, especially if you're somehow able to put 2 layers of color on it, the ball will expand and sort of crack, and you'll see the original color layer underneath.
Okay.
And so you'll sort of see different colors.
We'll have to experiment on this one.
Do you have an example, Todd?
Yeah, can you look at that painting in there? You know which one I'm talking about? Yeah, my daughter's here helping me. Let me see if I can. I'm sorry, this conversation has totally gone in a different direction, but I hope that's okay.
But it's a interesting way of doing the work.
Yeah.
Where you don't plan and you just go for it.
Yeah, that is the biggest lesson probably for me, is like getting over the hurdle of planning a painting. That's why I love abstract. You just get started. Just do it. The biggest thing I learned was it's all layers. So it really doesn't matter if I make a mistake. I'll just paint over the mistake. It's really about the observation and knowing what to paint over and what to keep.
When you were in FALC, we knew you through your abstract art, and since then you have started doing the realism and combining those both. That was very interesting for me.
Yeah. That's why I like, for me, I couldn't do the same style of painting over and over and over again, or the same subject over and over again. I would just get bored. This is one I did recently. This is just a small one, and somebody commissioned me to do a larger one for him on this style. Okay, I'm going to show you the technique that I was talking about with the little balls that expand. So,
wow, oh my gosh,
it's very dense. This painting, it's very dense in the middle, and then I was trying to create shapes, and originally it was going to start out with some sort of like these were going to be flowers or something, or balloons. And then I just decided to put these little, experiment with the little acrylic balls on here. So you can, I don't know if you can see that it's very.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Textured.
Yeah.
And And then I'll get obsessive. I'll look at it and I'm like, I'll put a little dot of paint on the ball, you know. So it's kind of my obsession, I guess. I think that's, the gist of my talk tonight, unless you guys had any other questions.
Have you tried combining your abstracts and photographs, like abstract background and realistic photograph?
Yeah, oh my gosh. I've actually found a great way to combine abstract and portrait. So I've done some artists. One of the artists, so Joan Mitchell and de Kooning. Willem de Kooning. Let me open this. Okay. Let me share my screen here. So here's back again using PowerPoint. You guys can see this?
Yes.
Okay, so the painting on the right is a painting I just love by Willem de Kooning. The portrait on the left is, that's a photograph of him, but you can see I've just added all these shapes on top. So I sort of planned the colors on this one where I wanted to put the colors. And I wanted to make that portrait look like that painting with the same style. Right? So let me see. And here you can sort of see my notes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, this is what I was thinking. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So do you do this in Photoshop first and then?
No.
No?
Just PowerPoint. I mean, I'm not really good at Photoshop.
Okay.
But I did a lot of thinking on this one, and then I want to show you the one I did. I love this portrait of Joan Mitchell I did is one of my favorite.
Why do you use PowerPoint as your tool for that?
Probably because I'm not very good with other tools. And I use PowerPoint a lot at work, so I'm always, every day I'm dabbling in PowerPoint.
So you put it in PowerPoint and then you project it on the canvas?
So I'll take a photograph like this. So this is Joan Mitchell, and I drew this portrait on canvas. And then I picked the paintings that I love about her paintings that I like the most, which is probably this one over here. Well, it's kind of a combination of these two on the left. And then I took some notes here on the lower left of what I wanted to do. And then I just started painting that portrait in her style. So this is what I ended up with. And to me, like, this teaches me to be loose and to just, I was like studying her way of painting, and it was just like totally random marks, kind of like she was doing, like, just slapping down the paint. But again, one thing I've learned about these kind of paintings is that you really got to focus on the eyes. Humans, if there's anything wrong about the eyes, humans will notice immediately. And maybe these eyes aren't even the way they should be. But if you don't get the eyes right, a human will notice, and it'll just ruin everything. So I think the eyes are most important, and then the rest of the face. And then the farther you get away from the eyes is the less important, right? So nobody will notice if I made any mistakes down at the bottom here, but
yeah, face is the most important thing. Eyes are especially the eyes. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is an example of where I'm combining portrait work and abstract.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Wow.
So did you project her picture onto the canvas?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and I'll show you.
So
okay,
is there any copyright involved in this?
no comment. I don't know. But actually, well, it should be okay because this is my interpretation. It's my creative interpretation of an image. Let me show you this one here. So this one actually is my most famous painting of all ever.
Yes.
because I just, this is done in pastels on paper. And one time I just like, oh, I love this portrait of Kandinsky. And I was just thinking, well, wow, I really want to put some of his paintings in the background so people know who he is. And then I was like, oh, well, maybe I could put some of his paintings in his clothing. And then and so I created it this way with some bright colors and stuff. And strangely, some people on Pinterest, they took it off DeviantArt and they put it on Pinterest, and they said self-portrait by Kandinsky. That's the way they labeled it.
Oh.
And then, so I would go on Pinterest and I would write, no, this is not a self-portrait. This is my portrait.
Oh, dear.
But this painting has gone I've seen it like around the world, like on like 60 different websites. They've used it in magazine articles. They used it in a Kandinsky exhibition for their brochure to just advertise. They didn't claim it was one of his paintings, but they put it on the brochure without my permission.
Oh.
It was used as like phone cases, iPhone cases and stuff like that. And
You can sue them.
yeah, well, I asked them to not do that anymore, but my wife was like, you should go after them. But to me, I'm like, okay, I've got the original. If they kind of did my marketing for me. So,
Yeah, but you don't get any of the credit or money from it.
Yes.
right. But I did so there was a place in New York City that was, they do like cello performances, and they used this on their website. And this was just like 6 months ago. I went and I said, that's my painting. You're not supposed to be doing that. You didn't even ask me. And they said, okay, we'd really like to keep the website. How much would it cost? And I said, send me $75. And so they did.
Oh, you should have got more than that.
Yeah, well, I just love creating. I don't like marketing, I just love creating and seeing what I can come up with. And I'm building kind of like my own portfolio of paintings that might be of some value someday to somebody. So yeah.
You are very humble.
Yeah.
Very humble. You're so talented and so very humble.
Well, yeah, but that said, I haven't really been in any galleries. I always wanted to be in that Triton Museum, the California show, and I submitted once. But that's why I'm so impressed by you guys that are getting into the museums and the shows and stuff like that. But I don't really like to market too much, or set up a tent and go to these art fairs and stuff like that and try to sell things.
Or these days things are changing, one doesn't have to be in a gallery. You can just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Online.
There are so many other online avenues, Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But
Fantastic.
Yeah. Yes.
And this is like my first art talk I've ever done also. So I really appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah. It was wonderful because I also like to do portraits, and it was really nice to get an insight on how you do. And projector is the one that I was also trying to see, because when you're drawing with grid and everything, how to do a portrait, but it makes it easier if you have just do it, just than doing the hard way.
Yeah, the grids.
Okay. Can you tell the name of the projector, please?
Oh yeah. This is then. I don't see a model number on here, but.
Todd, you can share it with me, and I can share it in the artist group.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
The Epson website and look at all their different projectors. And again,
Oh, they have a lot. I was looking the other day. They have many, many projectors, anything from like $300 up to $10,000.
Yeah.
And again, I do get like a family and friends discount. Like if you're really serious and you want to get one, like I can probably help you get a discount.
Cool.
Okay, we'll reach out to you then, Todd.
I can get 20 projectors all at once, but yeah.
You've been happy with that projector though?
Yeah, so one of the key things that this projector has that a more expensive projector wouldn't have is the ability to zoom in and out. It's got this little dial that you can zoom, like make the picture bigger or smaller. Because like if you don't do that, then you're constantly having to move the canvas in or out. So that's
which makes it distorted.
Yeah, and then also important is the little being able to adjust the height.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can tell us the, which one is it, it'll be very helpful.
Yeah. Also, Todd, like I love to do murals. So do you think one can project on the wall also with this one?
Yeah. Depending, I mean, like not like 100 by 100 foot mural, but you'd need a really bright projector for that. But a wall mural for sure. Yeah, I think that would.
Okay.
This might be a very dumb question, but where do you put the picture for it to project?
So I paste the picture onto PowerPoint, and then I connect the HDMI cable to my notebook PC, and then I present on PowerPoint, and it'll go onto the projector screen.
Okay.
Oh, it doesn't have an SD input?
This one doesn't, but
some of them do. Yeah, you just put it on the.
Yeah, you could have a little USB stick or something, put it into the projector and project from there. Yeah, somebody told me like using PowerPoint or using a projector, that's kind of like cheating, right? And I'm like,
makes life easier.
Not really.
Yeah, because you still have to paint, it's not cheating because you still have to paint. And if you know the grid method and all the methods, you can do it. So it's not that one can't. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just another tool. It's
Yeah.
Another, yeah.
It's working smarter, not harder.
Nobody wants to work harder. Yeah.
Fantastic. It was so lovely meeting you, Todd, and I wish you were here to participate with us.
Yeah, I was watching the meeting and I was like bringing back good memories. I really enjoyed my time with the club, and you guys got a really special club there. So I'm jealous to have that opportunity because I haven't found anything over here, like I said, like that. So
I'm sure you can join us again online. We are on Zoom.
Yes.
Yes.
And the advantage of doing a demo is that you get a membership of 1 year.
Oh, cool.
Honorable membership of 1 year.
Oh, cool.
So
I also, my legacy for the club, I remember I introduced the club to that little coffee shop in Mountain View.
Yes.
You guys have done shows there.
Red Rock Cafe.
Red Rock Cafe.
Yeah, I love that place. But
And to tell all the members that he was in our steering member, he was serving with us for a long time. Right, Todd?
Yep.
So we have worked together.
We have, yes.
Yes.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome to come back.
Yes.
Yes.
So we expect you to come here for the Fall Fest show so that you can participate with us.
So while we were talking, Janki, I was thinking it would be so inspirational to see folks like Todd paint. I was thinking we should have a Zoom, standing Zoom invite where people can just join and paint from their homes so that we are still connected. And it'll be like a class, except everybody's painting from their homes. It'll be such an inspiration.
Yeah, it will be wonderful. Yeah, to see everybody doing
Fantastic.
that.
Fantastic idea. So, and whoever is going to the SVOS, my kind and humble request to everyone to look out for a demo artist, because we are in desperate need of demo artists, good demo artists. If anyone knows any good demo artist, please let us know. Me and Hadi are always looking for it. So, so just share the name and we will work with them to
Yeah,
bring.
we need to find one airbrush artist. It will be nice. Never had one.
I can find you one.
Okay, that will be
Yeah.
great because I would love to do that.
But they have to be outdoor. They
Yeah,
do demo
you know-
outdoor. So during the summertime.
So for 15 years, I have all the tools in my garage. I haven't used them.
I'll introduce that to you guys. Yeah.
Hadi,
it will
August.
be Zoom and it will be outdoor. They do it outdoors, but yeah, it will be a Zoom.
Hadi, August demo is open.
Oh, good
August
for
demo
you.
is open.
Yeah, good for you. No, just
Okay.
August is a member barbecue party. There we go.
Okay. Thank you, Todd. And
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you.
it was long overdue to see your work and to appreciate your style of work. So thank you for joining and thank you for coming to the show.
Yeah, good luck to everybody.
demo.
You guys again.
Yeah.
Okay. I will have to over to Saikat for announcing the artist of the month.
Okay, everyone. Okay, just 1 second.
Yes.
Yes. No additions.
That should help. There we go.
Okay. Yeah, it's good. Okay, so for the artist of the month, first category, which is the butterfly, the first prize goes to Dennis Howard. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And
Congratulations.
the runners up for the first category is Kalpana.
Oh, fantastic.
Congratulations.
Beautiful works and congratulations. For the second category, which is the hummingbird, the first is going to Bhavna Seth. And it was
Congratulations.
Thank you. Congrats.
Any debate just because they are not here.
yeah, people should be coming here. We want to see the works in person. Yeah, and the runners up is Maithili for this category.
Oh,
Congratulations.
thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, everyone. And yeah, as we all know, like we don't get too many participation, but I would really encourage to put up all the works that might be recent or of the past, so that we get to see the works. Like what we saw today was like really great showcase of different style of works. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you everyone. And stop recording here first.
Okay, good night, everybody.